Hey everybody, it's Dan here with Pain Free You. Still at the pool here at the Hilton. Got some music playing, the sun on me, feels great. So, I want to talk about right now emotional discovery. Before I do, take another couple of deep breaths. I'll let you look at the pool while I do this. Breathe in the confidence. Breathe out the fear. Breathe in the smiles. Breathe out the frowns. And you can pick what you're going to breathe in and what you're going to breathe out, but let out all the doubt, skepticism, fear. Right? Breathe in the happy, breathe out the anger. Right? So, this topic. I just forgot it in the breathing process. I forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh, the right now stuff. That's it. So, when I say right now emotional discovery, what I mean is there are no past emotions, there are no future emotions. They don't exist. The only emotions we have are right now emotions. Because you can't feel an emotion in 12th grade. You can't feel an emotion 2 years from now. Right? And it's a subtle difference, but you may have emotions now about your past. And you may have emotions now about your future. Whether it be optimistic, positive emotions or pessimistic, scary, dark emotions. We only have right now emotions. So as it comes to the process side of the framework I teach in feeling your emotions, I encourage you to start with right now, because a lot of people feel like, and there's even instructions out there, you write out a few lists, the past, the present, the personality stuff. And it's a great useful tool, but so many people get hung up on kind of rehashing their past over and over and over and over again. And so I think any of us, all of us, who revisit the past can certainly stir up negative emotions from situations that have occurred in our past. Bad situations, whether it be, just fights with other people, with your spouse, your partner, your friends, your kids, your parents, whatever, whether it be being disciplined as a kid, whether it be who knows. We can all conjure up emotions when we think about our past. But I'm not convinced that, Billy picking on you in middle school is what's causing your chronic pain in your 40s. I'm not convinced that's the case. And so when I say focus on your right now emotions, I literally mean what's going on now? And if you go backwards, kind of a good analysis is to connect the dots between your emotional world and what was going on at the time your pain or symptoms started. That's about as far as I would suggest we go to start. Because what you may find is that it's your right now emotions, or the emotions or the life stressors that were going on at the time the pain started, that are as far back as you need to go. It's my belief. There are no past emotions. And I guess I believe that if your past is not haunting you on a daily basis, if you're not currently having major problems in your life right now because of this past of yours, and you're not thinking about these past traumas or experiences, and you're not emotionally upset now about your past, I'm not sure that going back deep into your past is going to help you. And certainly, if you do, you don't have to do it 42 times. So right now emotions, it's a good place to start. What's going on in your life right now? Where are you not content? What things are bothering you right now? And a good way to kind of clear the slate is to say, if there were no consequences to me feeling whatever I'm feeling, what would I be feeling? So many people are afraid to feel emotions about their spouse or their parents or their kids or their jobs because if they allow themselves to feel those emotions, they could potentially cause conflict with these people that we love around us. So reminder, the emotional discovery process is for you. It's not for you to share with the rest of the world. And you can feel your emotions. That's an internal process. Sharing or expressing emotions, I like to think of as sharing your emotions with the outside world. And you don't have to share your emotions with the outside world to get better, to get well. But you do have to feel them. So give yourself permission to feel. That was a video from a few days ago. And just allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. But do it with the right now emotions to start. Because you very well may, that may be enough. That may be enough connecting the dots for you as to why you're having symptoms. And again, sometimes once the symptoms start, we become so distracted by the symptoms and the pains that the original cause for distraction, the original cause for TMS, seems insignificant. I would still do the emotional discovery because you never know what you're going to turn up. You still want to convince your brain that these emotions are safe. They're okay to feel. They make you human. And the more you do that, the less you're going to resist and repress current negative emotions, which means they're going to accumulate less and less, which means you're going to be less likely to have new instances of TMS or this, this stress illness, if you will. And so it's all a part of the process, feeling your emotions, teaching your brain that these emotions are safe and make you a normal human being. It's a really good thing to do. So again, don't get so hung up on digging up the past. I've talked to so many people that say, I must have missed something. I've journaled or I've done the emotional work and gone over my past a dozen times and I can't seem to find the one thing that's causing this pain. I must be missing something because I'm still in pain. You very well may not be missing anything. You may have already done a good job with that. So if you've gone over your past 18 times, don't go over it a 19th time. Stop going over the past. Just give yourself permission to focus on right now. What's bugging you now? What upsets you now? What are the life stressors you have now that you want to feel? And I think by doing that, excuse me, I don't think I've yawned very much on camera here. But by doing that, I think you're going to get to the root of the problem much more, because again, I think the current conflicts we have, the emotional conflicts we have, feeling strong emotions towards people we love and not wanting to face that because that's ugly, it's dark, and it's scary, and it might have consequences, those are more often than not what's going on. Or recent losses, losing people you love, whether it be through a relationship breakup or a death or an animal passing. These things are all pretty intense, and sometimes that can trigger the brain to say, you can't handle it, here's some pain to distract you from that. But if you really allow yourself to say, what's bugging me now? Yeah, maybe it's some unfelt grief over the loss of somebody you care for. It could be that conflict in the emotions you're feeling towards a loved one that you feel like, I shouldn't feel that way. They're my partner, they're my parents, they're my kids. I shouldn't feel that way. I'm a bad person if I feel that way. So right now, emotions, I don't know, I think it's really important to start there. Yeah. I never found a result for my 13 years of pain by looking years or decades, prior. I was able to connect the dots a little bit on my life situation when my pain started. And yes, I could see how where I was in my life kind of left me with a feeling of like, how did I get here? I didn't sign up for this. But 10 years later, I wasn't in pain because of my life situation 10 years prior. I was in pain because I got medicalized. I was taught that my body was frail and easily broken. I identified myself as having a bad back, and I said those words over and over and over again, telling my kid, don't jump on me, daddy's got a bad back. And before you knew it, it took on a life of its own. So focus on your right now emotions. Start there. If you find that, it's not giving you the results, you may want to start going back a little bit more. But don't spend all of your emotional discovery time on things that happened 30 years ago. It's probably not going to yield you any fruit. And if you have done a great job uncovering your emotional world and your stressors, and you're still not getting better, I'll strongly, strongly encourage you to take a peek at the other aspects of the framework I teach, which is, how's your mindset? How are you doing with soothing? Are you constantly walking around like a stress ball, all tense and tight? Or have you learned to really relax yourself and get out of fight or flight in the stress response? How's your mindset? Have you gotten anywhere close to an attitude of indifference about your symptoms? And are you able to shift your focus more often than not away from your symptoms and pains? Because again, all the journaling in the world may not do you any good if you're still freaked out and focused on and anxious about your symptoms and looking at them and staring at them all day and clinging to them. If you want the pain to let go, you've got to let go of the need to monitor and manage and, be desperate to try to heal the pain. Because this is one of those cases where allowing our symptoms to end and let go is literally by doing less. Just know you're well. Get the mindset that you don't care. And the less you focus on them, the more likely you are to have them let go. I talked to a gentleman the other day, and he's a woodworker. And the analogy I used is like, all right, he told me he cut his thumb pretty bad. And I asked him, I said, what'd you have to do for that to heal? I don't know, got it bandaged up, maybe a couple stitches, wrapped it up, and just tried not to slam it against the counter, right? He didn't have to do anything. His body took care of it. Because you don't have to try to heal a cut. He didn't have to work on it all day long. He didn't have to try to heal himself like we do in the TMS community. So many of us are really working on trying to heal over and over and over again and longer, and if it's not working, let me double down my efforts. Do you have to heal your thumb? No. You bandage it, antibacterial, wrap it, ignore it. And over the next several days, you're going to watch it grow itself back together. The body knows what to do. The body knows how to lead a relaxed, healthy life if you don't freak it out with your stress and your thinking and your fears and your anxieties, your focus on the symptoms, right? Because we can literally teach ourselves to keep the pain signals going. Somebody's got a loud car. We can literally teach our brain to keep the pain signals going by fear, focus, and anxiety. And so, trust your body. Your job is to soothe, not care about the symptoms, not focus on them, stop trying to fix them. The only thing you need to do is allow yourself to feel the emotions as they occur, the right now emotions. Soothe yourself often. Get out in the sunshine, enjoy it. And have a mindset of indifference. But a mindset of indifference is a decision. It's not homework. It's not something you have to do for 30 minutes a day. And just become aware of when you're thinking about the symptoms and shift away. Think about anything else. More often than not, focus on living life. Your brain will eventually get the message. So I hope this was useful. I love you guys and gals. I'm probably going to put the camera down and enjoy some sun here for a little while. And comment below. Let me know if this was useful for you. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.